Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News. Thursday, February 16th, 2023. Stand up for your country. Tonight is all about money. Your money, my money, how the economy is going. It's not going to be boring, believe me. I don't like that pinheady CNBC, Fox Business Channel. It's going to be right down to it. But Americans are falling behind. And you ought to know it, and nobody's going to tell you except us. And that might be stretching a little bit, but believe me, I watch a lot, and I'm not hearing the truth about money. But tonight we are going to give it to you, and the Talking Points Memo will kick it off. So there are 3 states right now in the union that people are fleeing, all right? And I mean fleeing. They can't get out of the states fast enough. Most people don't want to move. I moved 10 times in 15 years as I was rising in my career. Okay? It was a pain in the neck. I had friends in all the places. You got to pack up everything. You got to go to a new place. You got to start over again. And no, most people don't want to do that. Okay? They're comfortable. You know, some want to get out, but most people would stay where they are if they could. But the states of New York, California, and Illinois are making it impossible for working class people to stay there. So in 2 years, New York has lost 525,000 people. And that ends in July 22. We'll get new stats, and it'll be more than, believe me. The exodus continues. In California, 510,000 people. Illinois, 230,000 people. In Illinois is a far fewer residents than New York and California. However, these people, about 80% of them are fairly sophisticated taxpayers. So the states are losing all that tax revenue. And based upon our studies and our investigation, the people that are coming into New York, California, and Illinois now are migrants, are poor people, because those states are very generous in their entitlements. So the taxpayers are leaving, and the people dependent on the government are coming. So that's the situation. Now, Massachusetts, another very liberal state, has lost about 50,000 people. Again, it's a smaller state. Michigan, close to 50,000 people. They all have one thing in common. They are progressive states. Texas and Florida are gaining the most. Texas, about 900,000 in 2 years, and Florida, more than 700,000. And again, there is no state tax in Texas and Florida, but these are consumers. These are people with money to spend. So Texas and Florida, Tennessee, the Carolinas, their economy is strong. Whereas New York's economy is weak, and California is a disaster. When Jerry Brown left the governorship a few years ago, there was a budget surplus. Newsom has run the state into the ground, and now he wants to run for president. It's crazy. Now, the reason that people are leaving is they don't want to pay onerous taxes, and inflation is making it impossible for them to even break even. So they have to go. It's not even a choice. A lot of these people have to get out, all right? And you have, add to that, housing costs. The highest in the country in California. New York is crazy, coming down because interest rates are going up and housing prices are coming down. If you're thinking about buying a house, wait for a year, okay? So those prices are coming down now. No punishment for criminals. We all know it. I do it every day here. No punishment. If you are a shoplifter, you can go in and wipe out a store and nothing's going to happen to you. You can punch somebody in the face, nothing will happen to you unless the person sues you civilly, but usually you get punched in the face and the guy runs away. Okay? Pickpockets, I mean, you name it, anything what they designate as petty crime, they can just do it with impunity. Okay? Nobody's going to chase them, nobody's going to punish them. Well, if you have a society like that, you don't want to live there. Who wants to live there? That's anarchy. All right? Then there's drugs and pot. In New York City, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. Every street you're smelling marijuana. There's drug addicts all over the place. They're injecting themselves with drugs. They're staggering around. They're in the subway sleeping day and night. This is quality of life. And in LA and San Francisco, you know what's going on. If you live out there, it's insane. Chicago, too. Why do you want to live in these places? Why do you want your children to see that? And talking about children, in Chicago, in 55 public schools, in 55, not one student met grade level expectations in math or reading last year in the school year. Not one in 55. In Illinois, the state, there are 622 schools where 10% of the kids are reading proficiently. That's out of 649. So it's a disaster. And New York City is a disaster. LA is a disaster. So you send your kid to public school. I don't know anybody right now who sends their kids to public school on Long Island. Even though the school districts here are good, basically good, most people I know got their kids in private school because of quality of life. Okay, they don't want the kid to hear MFer word 30 times a day, and that's what you got in public schools, no matter how good the academics are. Okay, add to that, if that weren't enough, what I just gave you, why people are fleeing these progressive states, you've got trans kids in sports. How insane is that? This is part of the woke culture. All right? I mean, I'm sitting there going, this no designated bathrooms, the locker room situation, this madness. Then you have a governments that favor minorities, except for Asians. The Asian minority is not favored by the progressives, okay? Because Asian people are self-reliant. It's not what progressives want. They want you to be dependent. But the other minority groups have most favored status in California, Illinois, and New York. It's a fact. And that's another thing to drive people out. And then there's intense state government control in the progressive states. So all of that, those are all the reasons that people, even though it's difficult, and it's very difficult to move thousands of miles and then reestablish yourself, but they feel they have no choice. The great migration of America is underway, and that is the memo. Let's go to Joe Biden. He didn't do anything today but go to the movies. That's all he did. All right, 5 p.m., hosts a screening of Till, which is a movie that was put out in 2022 about Emmett Till, who was murdered in a brutal lynching in Mississippi. We write extensively about, if you're interested in the Emmett Till case, and I hope you are, in Killing Kennedy, I think we have the best reportage on Emmett Till. So I didn't see a movie. I don't know if the movie is accurate or not. I don't know. But because it's Black History Month, Biden's hosting a screening of the movie at 5 p.m. Now, yesterday, Joe Biden went to Maryland, okay? Today, in addition to the movie, I just was told by my crack producer that there is some kind of statement coming out about the balloon that was shot down, the balloons. All right. We will bring that to you if there's anything there. So this was a last-minute ad that Biden did. But yesterday he went to Maryland, and he met with the governor there, new governor, a man named Wes Moore, African-American. And here's what Mr. Biden said.
And you got a hell of a new governor in Wes Moore, I tell you. He's the real deal, and the boy looked like he can still play. He got some guns on him.
The boy? Okay, so all the press ignored it. All of them ignored it. Now, Biden didn't mean anything by it. He's old guy, the boy. If one Republican politician in this country had said the boy, you know what would have happened. Now, why do I bring this up? Okay, I'm not angry that Biden said the boy. I don't think Governor Moore is angry. You saw he was complimenting the governor's physical condition. But the hypocrisy and the corruption here in this country is as far as the media is concerned, beyond anything we've ever had in a republic. And that's just another example of it. Bill O'Reilly here for Lone Star Transfer. If booking your timeshare has been difficult in the past, you know it's been almost impossible lately. Most clients are shocked to learn that their timeshare is now available to the public, severely limiting booking options. Many owners are upset their yearly dues have nearly doubled during this maintenance fee season. For well over a decade, this family-owned company has had the pleasure of helping more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out of their timeshare fees. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and more than 900 five-star testimonials, Lone Star Transfer is a company you can trust. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. So please call my friends today for a free, no-obligation consultation at 855-551-7066. 855-551-7066 or online at lonestartransfer.com. Go to the mail. Robert Baker, Toronto, Ohio. Bill, I live about 40 miles south of the train derailment in East Palestine and would like your take about what truly happened and about the air and water quality in our area. I'd love to give you my take, but I don't know, Robert. I mean, I watch the speculation and I watch the foolishness of these commentators. I don't know. No, it's up to your state, Ohio, to brief you and tell you. If it were me, 40 miles, that's pretty far. But if I was in 20 miles of East Palestine, I get out. Now, the state is going to cover your expenses, I understand. The state of Ohio will cover you moving out and for a while and finding other lodgings. I hope they do. FEMA, where's FEMA? Where's Biden? Nowhere, of course. Where's Buttigieg? Come on. I mean, this is how incompetent the federal government is, but it's a state thing. I don't know about the water. I wouldn't be drinking it. All right. I mean, but I can't give you any solid information yet. It just doesn't exist. Scott Banning, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I'm throwing in for Governor Haley. She's an excellent leader. I'm a retired Air Force colonel, and I served a tour under her leadership in South Carolina. I guess that's the National Guard. She's strong. Give her a chance. Call on her for an interview, and she'll be there. Trust me. We did call on her. She had a book recently, and she didn't do it. She wouldn't do it. And, you know, okay. All right. Did I take it personally? Yeah, I did. She knows me. Book bombed. Might be able to help her. But I'm not mad at Nikki Haley. I'm going to treat her fairly. But right now, not in my... I may vote for her if she wins the nomination. It's possible, but I don't think she's going to win the nomination. Pete Mulleveld, Salem, Oregon, capital of the state. Most learned pundits, such as yourself, O'Reilly, seem to agree that Trump should not ridicule likely opponents. But do you think he has to do that to shore up his base? No. Base likes him, knows what he did in the presidency. Why do you have to attack DeSantis? And when he ran in 2016, yeah, that was a good strategy. Now, I don't think that's going to help him. Rick, socialism is a philosophy of failure, creed of ignorance, gospel of envy. That's a quote from Winston Churchill. Thank you for that quote. Melly, socialist is this. If you are born, you're entitled. If you are, I don't know about everybody entitled. I'm not going to say any more than that. Ann, concierge member, Ann gets direct access to me. Please check out that program on BillO'Reilly.com. I would hate to be the yoga instructor in Los Angeles teaching the drug dealers. What could go wrong? I know. We did that story yesterday. Gene Dungy, Gilbert, Arizona. Bill, you commented on how Carrie Lake did not stand for the so-called black national anthem at the Super Bowl. Then you went on to say it was just a song, since when are we supposed to stand for just songs? Gene, you just missed that whole thing. Now, you as a premium member, you are a premium member. You have access to the transcripts every night. I said clearly, there is no black national anthem. Does not exist, this song, okay? Nobody is compelled to stand during the song. Certainly not Carrie Lake. I don't know what the beef is here. I reported accurately what happened. She went public with it. Susan Gilbert, Brenham, Texas. Not only are food products increasing, but insurance is taking a big bite out of our budget. I feel your pain. Shop around. I just did that. Okay? I had this outrageous homeowner's insurance bill. Forget it. I get a much lower deal at another agency. Lloyd Richmond, Farmington, Utah. I thank you and Martin Dugard for researching and publishing Killing the Legends. My wife loves Elvis, so when your book arrived, she grabbed it. She's very complimentary. I'm more interested in Muhammad Ali, and I was unaware of some of the facts you disclosed. The Killing books have stuff that nobody's ever heard because we do primary source. All right, let's go to Team Normal. So we have women's stuff too, and one of our associates is kind enough to model the Team Normal hat. We have in red, white, and blue but since she's a redhead and had a red coat, we gave her the red hat. So we have women's polos, women's hats, mugs are unisex, anybody a mug, and of course the bumper stickers. Pre-order on BillO'Reilly.com. Get on Team Normal. You don't have to pay until we ship, which will be soon. And if you want to cancel at the time we bill you, you can. Team Normal. Now, if you want to be on Team Crazy, that's the other team in America, just go to MSNBC. Word of the day, do not be vituperative. Vituperative. Do not be vituperative. We got to put those words on the screen. Starting next week, let's put the word of the day on the screen. Oh, we do. They're just telling me I didn't see it because they put it in what they call post. Good. I'm glad you put it. They panicked. I'm glad you have them on the screen. Okay. Final thought in a moment. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. I want to tell you about GhostBed. GhostBed has been designing high-quality sleep products for more than 2 decades with more than 50,000 positive customer reviews. Wow. GhostBed has luxury mattresses and premium sheets that get softer with every wash. Their mattresses have a cooling feature. Each is made with their signature Ghost Ice fabric, perfect for hot sleepers. Get fast and free shipping, plus a 101-night sleep trial with free returns. Trying their mattress is truly risk-free. So please go online, take their quiz to find out the ideal mattress for your sleeping style. Get 30% off GhostBed mattresses plus 2 free luxury pillows, or get 40% off when you bundle a mattress with their award-winning adjustable base. Use promo code BILL at ghostbed.com/bill to take advantage of this fabulous offer. That's ghostbed.com/bill, promo code BILL. All right, here is the final thought of the day. In 2014, I had Raquel Welch on The Factor. We'll dig that clip up and show it to you next week. She died yesterday, age 82. I was going to show a clip, but I'm not going to do it. You know Raquel Welch, and there's clips all over the place. But the reason I'm telling you this is when I go out to LA and Hollywood, a lot of older movie stars love what I do. Raquel Welch was one of them. Very nice woman. All right. So we'll dig up the interview with her on The Factor, and we'll show it to you next week. But I'll give you some names. So Charlton Heston, I think, was the #1 Hollywood star fan of The Factor. I got at least 10 letters from him. Doris Day, all right, loved us. All right, Jonathan Winters, one of the funniest guys in history, big fan. Don Rickles. I said to him one time, I said, "You're not going to mock me, are you?" He's just like, "Hey, you hockey puck." You know, he watched every night. Tab Hunter. Remember Tab Hunter? All right, I ran into him, and I watch every night. It was the older crew all right, the vintage movie stars. And this goes with wisdom, I'm going to tell you. Now, the younger people, they're more the Jon Stewart people that always come up to me and say, oh, I love you with Jon Stewart. And I go, what you mean is you love Jon Stewart and you want him to make fun of me. And they'd always laugh, all right? The younger people, all right, they're in the progressive soup and, you know, they don't want to get out of there for a minute. But the older Hollywood stars who've been around and seen it, you know, I'll submit to you, John Wayne would have been our biggest fan. Spencer Tracy, Jimmy Stewart, the Air Force guy. I mean, all of those people, had they been alive, would have loved this program because we are traditional here. We respect. Look, Raquel Welch came from nothing. All right, she didn't have any. Father wasn't a director, and I think she was at Illinois. Was she Illinois? Chicago, all right, born in 1940 in Chicago. And she came and became a huge icon. And she was very smart. Now, she did the dinosaur flicks and, you know, the cheesecake stuff. Yeah, okay, but wouldn't go naked in Playboy, and nope, wouldn't do it. And they offered her a pile of dough, okay? And I really enjoyed talking to her. She came to a Miller show, an O'Reilly Miller show. She came backstage, and I had a long conversation with her. And at the same show was Bo Derek, another very smart woman. They were both there, and I said, look at this. The two most glamorous stars at the Miller O'Reilly show. It was great. Anyway, rest in peace, Raquel Welch. We admire what you accomplished in your life. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News, and we will see you tomorrow. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.